Damn it, Bobby, this just ain't right.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bobby G. We back with another vid. Today, we got some to Flight Mike. The Los Angeles Lakers really did it. That boy Bronny James just got drafted to the Lakers, so he's finna play with the GOAT. His pops, LeBron. All right, let's see what this about.
This is a serious business. Just drafting this kid just because of I'm gonna get his dad. Like I don't think a GM would really allow that. I think I've put in the work and I would get drafted because of.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a crazy 24-hour period in basketball. I mean,
that is a pretty bold statement, Bronny. I ain't gonna lie. Considering the numbers that we've seen in USC, it's a pretty bold statement.
Going all the way back to Mikal Bridges getting traded to the New York Knicks, we were wondering, would the Knicks be able to retain OG Anunoby? And they did. Denny Avdia got traded to the Portland Trail Blazers from the Washington Wizards. Davion Mitchell just got traded as well. And now we know the future of LeBron James' son. But the Los Angeles Lakers are clearly up to something here. And I don't want to get too ahead of myself as a Laker fan, but I'm starting to feel a little bit more optimistic. So before we get to the content, we have been uploading like crazy. So make sure you subscribe and turn on our notifications because we are on the grind to 1 million subscribers. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro.
That is a long ass intro.
What's going on, everybody? It has been a very difficult year for Los Angeles Laker fans. I mean, we literally have to sit back and watch Darvin Ham collect a check while just keeping his hands in his pockets while squandering 2 years of LeBron James's extended prime. Yes, I know it sounds weird calling a 39-year-old in his prime, but the man averaged 25.7.
Look at that, bro. Look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. He's still the GOAT. He's still GOAT James for a reason.
Points per game, 8.3 assists per game, 7.3 rebounds per game, and shot 41% from 3. I don't care how old he is, man. I'm not even a LeBron fan. You can't squander this level of production. And it also puts...
You can't be a Laker fan and say you're not a LeBron fan. I'm sorry, Mike. Miss me with that, bro. Miss me with that, bro.
LeBron James in an unprecedented scenario. You see, LeBron James is set to hit free agency. And there's a huge question of what should the Los Angeles Lakers pay LeBron? I mean, how much money do you give up to a player that is going to turn 40 this year, that has still been as productive as ever and hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down? LeBron James has been so obscenely good that he might be the very first 40-year-old to get a 3-year, $160 million max contract. And the Lakers are prepared to offer him that amount, according to Dave McMenamin. The Los Angeles Lakers continue to be committed to re-signing LeBron James this offseason and are prepared to offer him the maximum 3-year, $160 million he is eligible to sign if he opts out. He could also opt into his contract for this season at $51.4 million and then sign an extension in late August that would pay him $162 million over 3 seasons. In this scenario, LeBron would make $2 million.
Bro, what's crazy about all this? These checks, honestly, that he gets from the NBA are probably nothing compared to what he makes outside of basketball, with endorsement deals, with movies, just his whole brand and image of you know what I'm saying? He's got a school. This man LeBron is literally an icon. It's crazy,
$1 million more, but he would not be eligible to add a no trade clause the way he would if he opts for free agency. Throughout his career, LeBron James has been the master of his own destiny. He always chose where he wanted to go. He always made sure that he didn't get hit with any surprises. Unless if, I don't know, he decided to fire his head coach, which by the way, had nothing to do with JJ Redick getting hired. I just wanted to mention that. At least that's what JJ Redick says.
LeBron and I did not talk about the Lakers job.
Cap, super cap, bro. Matter of fact, give me 1 sec real quick, JJ Redick. Bro, this is okay. I'm sorry. I thought I was hearing so much cap. My fault.
Until Thursday afternoon, about 30 minutes after I was offered the job. And that was very intentional on both our parts. You know, I knew I had an understanding that he did not want to be involved in this. And for me, I didn't want to go down the path of hypotheticals. with someone that I consider a friend and someone that I have a great amount of respect for.
With that being said, it really is up to LeBron what he wants to do here. I would expect him to make $2 million less and opt for a scenario where he has a no trade clause in his contract. But so far, all signs are pointing towards LeBron James staying with the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers have done everything that he's wanted so far. Even though he wasn't really involved in the head coaching search, the fact that they hired his podcast partner over James Borrego must have made him very happy. But that's not all LeBron James wanted. If you remember, LeBron James has a history of subtly hinting to the Lakers that you need to do what I want or else things might be different. You remember what he said last year when they lost in the Western Conference Finals?
I got a lot to think about, to be honest. And just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, got a lot to think about.
What about this past year when the Los Angeles Lakers lost in the first round and then he magically appears in a Cleveland Cavaliers home playoff game in the middle of the game to make sure everybody notices him walking in? LeBron James—
Oh God, everybody in Cleveland thought it was gonna be a new era. Hell nah, bro. Y'all are still stuck with Donovan Mitchell and fucking Evan Mobley and Jared Allen.
Has always been very calculated, and it's not always to suggest that he is going to leave the team, but rather that he wants specific things to be done. I mean, he literally said he wished that he was out there playing with Kyrie Irving right before the NBA Finals.
Sitting here watching it, you know, I'm playing like so happy and so proud and to watch him and continue his growth or whatever the case may be. And at the same time, I'm so mad at the same time that I am not his running mate anymore.
So what else would LeBron James want? Well, LeBron James had an idea of what coach he wanted, even though
That's
he's not
facts.
coming out and saying it. You don't—
That motherfucker Kyrie saved the day back in 2016. Let's be real. If there's no Kyrie, LeBron is down one ring.
need to be a genius to figure out that this man wanted JJ Redick. On top of that, LeBron James may have wanted a brand new contract, which the Lakers are willing to give him. He'd want a much improved roster, which has caused him some trouble in the past because there's a huge difference in philosophy between himself and the Los Angeles Lakers in regards to how to do that. And finally, he wants the Lakers to draft his son. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. Let's talk about point number 3 because we discussed the first 2 points already. Before the NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers made the number 17 pick available.
Okay, this is like kind of off topic, but do y'all think like Bronny's still gonna live? Does Bronny live on his own already? Would it be smarter for him to just stay with his pops, like at his dad's crib, and just like stack bread while being in the NBA? You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Does that kind of make sense? I don't know, bro. He may want to get the fuck out of his dad's house too, but that's just something that off topic I thought of. My fault.
The team is looking for a significant contributor next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Jeremy Grant was on the Lakers wish list and Jonas Valanciunas was mentioned as a possible signing. I mentioned this so many times in previous videos that the era of the big three is over, and even in years past when you had the big three, they weren't as dominant as they were supposed to be. I mean, when LeBron James formed the Miami Heat Big Three, they famously said this:
down here to win championships. Not one, championships.
2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6.
When the Boston Celtics
That's
Big Three were formed, they were supposed to win many
crazy. He said not 6, bro. That is crazy, LeBron. Chill.
championships. Now, Boston only won 1 championship, and the Miami Heat Big Three made it to 4 NBA Finals, but they only won 2 championships, which is still remarkable, but it's not this.
3, not 4, not 5, not 6.
Bro, fun fact, these LeBrons that he has on right now, these shoes, I had these joints back in the day. And I had actually copped these off of a homie, one of my close homies, because there was no way in hell my grandparents was finna buy me Nikes. So my homie let me snag these off of him real quick. And I thought I was the freshest nigga in school, bro. I swear to God, that shit was crazy. Them LeBrons back in the day, whew. If you know, you know.
But the new CBA makes it nearly impossible to form one of these big threes. It even makes it difficult to have a big two. If in years past, Rob Pelinka has wanted the Los Angeles Lakers to have high-end role players and a ton of depth, it seems like this year he's switching his tune a little bit.
Well, at the trade deadline, we had 1 first-round draft pick. It was our only sort of hook to fish with. And this summer in June, we, at the time of the draft, will have 3 first-round draft picks to look for deals, which I think will really unlock an access to potentially a greater or bigger swing. And we didn't want to shoot a small, bullet now that would only lead to very marginal improvement at the.
Respectfully, bro, you remind me of like my history teacher back in high school, nigga, that you could literally put me to sleep, bro. Like your voice makes me want to fall asleep, respectfully.
Expense of making a much bigger and more impactful movement potentially in June and July.
Now here's the thing, the Los Angeles Lakers do have 3 future first round picks to offer in a trade, and yes, you can make an argument that those future first round picks are much more valuable than any picks in the NBA because these are going to be picks in the post-LeBron era. But at the same time, if you want to make such a trade, you would have to give up Austin Reeves. And I don't know if you guys heard, the Los Angeles Lakers currently have a brand new head coach, and in his introductory interview, JJ Redick made sure to highlight the Los Angeles Lakers role players and younger players as opposed to LeBron and AD. I mean, listen to what Redick said about Rui Hachimura during his introductory press
JJ Redick was a role player most of his career, so.
Conference.
Yeah, I thought he had a fantastic year last year. Beyond just the Lakers and LeBron and Anthony Davis, I'm excited about some of the younger guys on this roster and helping them. I had great conversations this weekend. 2 that I had that I loved were my conversation with Austin and my conversation with Rui. And, I think for him, in terms of how I envision sort of him on this team, like I want him shooting more threes. So that's a big part of it. I brought up the offensive rebounding. I think he can really become an elite offensive rebounder. As we sort of build out our offensive system and how we're going to play, when we start incorporating movement and cutting, Roy can be an excellent cutter, and part of that is because we're going to manipulate screening angles. He's going to get mismatches, and he can really score at the basket if he has smaller players on him.
Bro, I honestly got goosebumps watching this introductory press conference because JJ actually knows ball. It's kind of crazy. I'm used to Darvin Ham just sitting down and putting his hands in his pocket and then drawing on a whiteboard that you need to contest without fouling. I'm not used to this level of...
That is crazy work, Darvin Ham. That is some top tier coaching right there. Didn't know you had to write that one down for them to understand.
Intricate details for the offense. But if you do that, then chances are you're not going to be able to swing that huge trade for Trae Young or DeJounte Murray. So it's crazy because according to Sam Amick, LeBron and AD reportedly want the Lakers to go all in on another elite player. If the franchise cornerstones had their way, the Lakers would prove their desire to win this week by going all in for another elite player. Well, the last time we did that, we went all in for Russell Westbrook, and you saw how that worked out. Shams counters this point, and you can see there's a bit of a conflict in the front office because listen to what Shams had to say about JJ Redick's opinion on Austin Reeves.
I don't see any scenario where they're moving Austin Reeves this offseason. JJ Redick, if anyone's seen the way JJ Redick has been glowing about Austin Reeves, JJ Redick wants Austin Reeves to really fulfill his potential, whether that's being an all-star caliber player, whatever it is. He has high hopes for Austin Reeves.
So that being
bro, JJ Redick probably sees a little bit of himself in Austin Reeves. Maybe that's why.
What would the Los Angeles Lakers do with the 17th overall pick in the NBA draft? Well, they would actually strike gold with the 17th overall pick. Now, look, I do think a part of this is theatrical because the moment the Lakers selected Dalton Connect, you saw tweets like this saying Rob Pelinka says JJ Redick immediately began drawing up pin downs and ATO sets on a whiteboard for Dalton Connect for next season. I mean, I appreciate the energy and the enthusiasm, and I hope it's true, but I'm kind of concerned because Stephen A. Smith seems to really approve of the Los Angeles Lakers pick of Dalton Connect.
LeBron James is gonna get you open shots. Anthony Davis kicks it out to somebody. He don't need bricklayers. They don't need construction workers. They need a shooter. This is Connect. I love the name, by the way. Connect. That's what he brings to the table. I think this is the pick you were supposed to get. Way to go, Lakers. Way to go. That's what you needed to do.
I am very afraid for Laker Nation.
Oh, stop it, man. Come on, man.
I feel awful for them.
Really?
So bad.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Celebration. They should be concerned. Rob Pelinka should be concerned. Shaking hands there with JJ.
Way to
Talk to them before the pick.
Way to go, Rob Pelinka. Way to go, JJ.
And historically, Stephen A. has given takes like this.
That boy Connect 4. Connect 4 might be pretty tough. I ain't gonna lie. I have seen him play last year in the tournament. Bro, is he wearing a OTF chain? Nah, that can't be. That boy Dalton Connect, OTF?
And historically, Stephen A. has given takes like this.
Villanova doesn't have a real NBA prospect on their squad.
But personally, I love this selection. We're in the era of the NBA where we need high-end role players that could sit back and shoot the three. And Dalton Connect is a 6'5" shooting guard that could switch on to the three. Last year, he shot 50% from the field and 39.7% from three. To give you an idea of how big of a value this is, if you go to the ESPN mock draft by Jonathan Givony and Jeremy Wu, number 1 Zachary Risache, which we made our own video on last night. Number 2 is Alex Sarr. Number 3 was Reed Shepard. Number 4 was Stephon Castle. Number 5 was Matas Buzelis. And number 6 was supposed to be Dalton Connect. It's kind of crazy because they really hit on this draft except for number 5 and number 6, but number 7 was supposed to be Donovan Clingan. So I think it's a great get for the Los Angeles Lakers, and Rob Pelinka believes the same as well.
We would have never imagined a player as skilled and sort of perfect for our needs would be there for us as Dalton Connect. We had him, as a top 10 player unanimously across our scouting boards. I was at the SEC tournament scouting him extensively, and in my mind was like, there's no way a player like this could be available for us to pick on draft night. So across the board, just couldn't be happier.
And by the conclusion of the NBA draft, there's no question about it, LeBron James got most of his items on his checklist fulfilled. He claims he didn't want JJ Redick as his head coach. I refuse to believe that. He claimed that he didn't care if he played with Bronny James.
Yeah, that is the most cap I've ever heard in my entire life, bro. If I've ever heard any cap, that has to be the most.
Come on, bro. We have so many clips of him saying otherwise.
For Bronny's future. To be happy and find happiness in whatever it is that he does.
I want him to get to the NBA. I'm not gonna lie. I want to be on the same. I want to be on the court with him. I think that would be an unbelievable moment. Bronny is number one on my.
That's got to be such a great feeling as a father, bro, to be able to finally get to go out there and poop with your son at the NBA level. Bro, that's such a W dad, bro. Forget about all the GOAT shit. That's just a W move as a father, bro. Being able to maintain that success and help your son get there too. Shit is generational, bro.
That's dope. He's number one on my list that I want to play with for sure.
And he wanted the Los Angeles Lakers to make improvements to the roster, and free agency is right around the corner, so that remains to be seen, but I think so far they did a good job in the NBA draft. The Los Angeles Lakers officially selected Bronny James with the 55th pick in the 2024 NBA draft in the second round. Now, the drafting of Bronny James had a lot of drama to it because according to Bob Myers, Rich Paul was calling teams making absurd threats to make sure Bronny didn't get drafted.
Right now, Rich Paul's calling teams, don't take Bronny James. He's telling them, do not take him, okay? He's saying, don't take him. If you take him, he's going to Australia. So he has a plan and he has a place.
But he's not telling the Lakers.
I don't know if he's telling one team.
What does that mean? What is that supposed to mean? If you take him, he's going to Australia. Does that automatically make him ineligible to play? I'm just guessing, bro.
How do I feel about this? Guys, with all due respect, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, given what LeBron James has done for the Los Angeles Lakers, given how the pick isn't that valuable at all whatsoever, I really could care less.
Bro, given what he's done for the game of basketball in general, I get what he's saying though. Like, just nobody's really gonna try to step in front and try to ruin that shit. Come on, bro. It's LeBron.
That's that we selected Bronny with the 55th pick in the NBA draft. Historically, these picks don't really pan out anyway, so you might as well make a pick that would make LeBron James happy. And this is coming from a guy that isn't necessarily a LeBron James fan. It's just, who else were you gonna select at this particular time? At the end of the day, I feel like the Los Angeles Lakers' prerogative is to do everything they possibly can to make LeBron James come back. And at this point, it seems like they're doing that. Now, if Bronny James wasn't LeBron James's son, would he have been drafted? I highly doubt it. I mean, the guy averaged 4.8 points.
Hell no, bro. We all know his ain't no way he's getting drafted if he's not LeBron's son. But like, that's where you gotta shrug your shoulders and say, hey, bro, fuck it. He's LeBron's son, bro. What are we gonna do? Come on. What are we talking about?
Per game, shots sub 30% from beyond the arc, shots sub 40% from the field. He really should have stayed in USC in my personal opinion, but since he's LeBron James's son, there's no question about it. He has a spot on the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I know what people might be thinking.
Mike, this sounds like nepotism, and well...
A great philosopher that happens to block me on Twitter has a nice little commentary on whether or not this is nepotism.
I don't want to hear these charges, people talking about nepotism.
No,
the NBA is full of nepotism. Full of it. The ownership level, front offices.
What is nepotism? What does that mean? Is it like Napoleon, like the Neapolitan ice cream? That's the only Nepotism. I know what Napolitan ice cream is, like the 3 flavors, like the chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And nobody know about no fucking nepotism. What is that? Help me out, guys.
Absolutely. Coaching. Yep. I don't want to hear it all of a sudden because of Bronny James's father plays for the Lakers. It is rampant in this league.
Now, the important thing for me is whether or not Bronny James actually is going to play. And if he does play, how is his development timeline going to be like? Well, Rob Pelinka actually commented on that.
Jovan, great question. You know, Coach and I are in the process of building out his staff as we speak, but as we talked about in our opening press conference, we really want to take kind of an innovative and new look at how players are developed, and that archetype will be wrapped around Bronny and the other players that we get on 2 ways as we bring guys in, and the young players we already have on our roster. So
G League jersey sales.
G League, he will pack G League arenas, merchandising, all of those make him an attractive player, whether it's late first round or second round. So I think certainly his opportunity to play in the NBA is there.
So if you happen to be interested in a Bronny James G League jersey, we're going to put this to the test. I'm going to give away 3 Bronny James G League jerseys if he makes it to the G League. All you have to do to enter is subscribe and turn on our notifications on this channel, and we'll give additional jerseys away on Twitter. At the end of the day,
hey, say less, bro. I'm gonna try to get me one of them.
Grade the Los Angeles Lakers offseason, I'd give him a B+. An A+ would have been getting Dan Hurley, but I actually think JJ Redick knows what he's talking about. An F would have been selecting Bronny James with your first round pick, but they selected a player that would have been in the top 10. I entered the offseason feeling a little bit more pessimistic, and now I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic. But you know who should be feeling optimistic? The Golden State Warriors feel like they have a great chance at trading for Paul George, and it could very well happen. How? Well,
womp womp womp. Turns out the Warriors don't get Paul George and Klay Thompson's leaving. Yeah, that sucks. But hey, WViv for the boy Flight Mike. Turn the sub bell on. That's gonna do it for this vid though, you guys. WViv for the boy Flight Mike. Make sure you guys go and check him out. Let me know down below what you guys think of this whole situation with Bronny and the Lakers. If you're a Lakers fan, if you're a basketball fan, comment down below. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe to your boy. We on our way to 500. That's gonna do it for this video. It's your boy Bobby G. I'm gonna catch y'all. Have a good day. Peace.